When is the last time that you sat on the floor? If you are watching this from a chair right now, you're missing out on one of the most natural and healing ways to rest your body. And we're not just talking about meditation poses, guys. What's wild is that our bodies are actually not designed to be sitting in chairs all day, and yet that's what most of us do, right? We seek out the most ergonomic, most comfortable chair that we can find, and we can just veg out in and just like watch TV and all this stuff. But really, we are doing our bodies a disservice by resting in an unnatural way. So in this video, I just want to talk to you about how important it is to sit on the floor whenever you can, because this is actually directly linked to how well you will age. So let's get into it. For whatever reason, sitting on the floor seems to be frowned upon. It seems to be a thing that only kids should be doing, like, you know, when they're in circle time in school. But if you look around the world at other cultures where people are sitting on the floor more regularly, they age a lot better. They age a lot better, and they have so much better mobility. It's crazy because I was actually talking to my Indian friend like a couple of weeks ago, and I was telling him how I've done some content on floor sitting and floor beds and how it really helps you to move better and age better and just keep your mobility. And he wholeheartedly agreed, because when he grew up in India, he was saying that when he was younger, all of the stuff was on the floor, even like the cooking, the tables, everything. Like they'd eat on the floor, or like, you know, low to the floor so they could sit. They'd sleep on the floor, things like that. But as he got older, he said that they upgraded their kitchen to like a higher counter, and they started sitting in chairs. But he noticed that like the people around him would start having more back problems, mobility problems, and then they couldn't really get up off the floor anymore, and they would just start being creaky. So for him to say that, it just really was very insightful, because he came from a floor sitting culture. Because think about it, when you're sitting on the ground, like you're actually engaging your core a lot more than if you were like hunched over in a regular chair. For me, I'm always kind of doing micro adjustments to my position as I sit on the floor, and it's actually better for like circulation, because when you're sitting in a chair, you're really not moving that much, especially if you got the ergonomic ones. You're really like, it's made to make you stay still so that you can focus better and do more work, or so you can be a couch potato, right? And watch your TV and all that stuff, and make sure you catch up on binge watch on all your favorite shows, you know? But that's like promoting us being sedentary, and also you're really not being able to move your body around that much. But on the floor, it's like you have a more natural posture, especially the more you do it. You maintain a more natural curve of your spine, and then you're also always like engaging your core. You're always getting your squats in, and so there's just a lot more movement that just happens naturally, because you're just here. And maybe if you want to lay down, sometimes you can too. I don't know. There's just so much extra movement that you are incorporating if you're doing it right. You know, basically a good indicator for you to move to the next position is if something gets tingly, you stayed too long, all right? You gotta be a little conscious of it, or you gotta, you know, if you've not done it for a while, you gotta figure it out, right? You gotta maybe put a timer on or something. But for me, I like sitting on the floor, because especially sometimes my ankles or whatever this part gets tight. So if I'm able to, I'll sit like this, and it's such a good stretch. Oh my goodness, so good. It's so good. Anyway, so sorry, lost myself for a moment. I'm just saying that all the things that people are frowning upon, I feel like it needs to be reevaluated. And usually the people that are frowning upon it are the ones that cannot get down to the floor anymore. So usually anyone who can get down to the floor is not gonna be like, oh, sitting on the floor is horrible, it doesn't do any good for you. I don't know. You're able to get down on the floor because you're sitting on the floor regularly. You're doing something in your everyday life that involves you being lower than a 90-degree angle, okay? Because most people are just like this, right? Most people are just like this all day. I can't do it exactly, but you're like this. But what you need to do is be like this. And then you just need to be like this. And then you have to be like this. And if you do that regularly, then you're never gonna lose it. You're never gonna lose it. That's why you got all these people in like Japan, the blue zones, right? They gardening, they're doing all their things at like age 90. They're going, I don't know, they're going out to the fields and still doing stuff, harvesting. I don't know what they're doing, but I'm just saying they still are able-bodied because they're still doing all the movements that they've been doing their whole life. And they have, a lot of them sleep on the floor over there. They eat their meals on a floor table, right? And I feel like they're onto something, guys. They're onto something. Because over here in the Western world, I don't know, guys. We too sedentary, obesity is through the roof, all of that. Yeah. So we need to rethink our choices. Let me see what else I'm supposed to talk about here. Oh, okay. So guys, I'm not saying that you need to go and throw out all your furniture. I'm just saying that consider having a mix, right? Sometimes you're sitting on the floor, sometimes you're sitting in a chair. You just need to mix it up, you know? Like, even if you just start with like 5 minutes a day here and there, you know, throughout the day, whatever, just like watching TV on the floor, or maybe you get like a breakfast table and you just put it on the floor and you eat your meal there, or you have your laptop on the floor in your lap. Now, if you have trouble getting to the floor, it's kind of like you need to start working those muscles out again. And a lot of people have said in my previous videos that they can't get to the floor anymore. If they try to go on the floor, then the ambulance has to come get them off the floor. I get it. This is just what I have seen in my own life, the people that I know, and also online content. There's a lot of inspirational stuff on there. There's a lot of old people, like 100 years old, right? They can't even like get up out of a chair on their own anymore. But then with constant training, you know, they're able to build that muscle back up. It does take time and it takes patience. Anything worth having takes some time. It's not like a fix all. Just like it took time for you to lose your mobility, it takes time to gain it back. But if you want to do it, you can. You just have to believe that it's possible, and you have to not put a glass ceiling on your abilities. Like, there's always a way. Now, if you have like extraordinary circumstances, I get it. But I'm just saying, like, if you haven't got on the floor for a while, maybe in your 70s or 80s, I would say that you should at least get a stool or something, you know, that you can brace yourself with. I don't know, here, I would say if you're having trouble with mobility, maybe just go and find something steady and just go down a little bit. Even if you just do like 10 reps a day or something, or you hold it and then you can feel your muscles engaging so that you can help bring yourself back up. If you were able to do that consistently for like a week or, you know, a few weeks, you would notice a difference over time. And there will come a point where you'll be able to go deeper, right? It won't burn as much, it won't feel as like rusty. But I've seen it and I know that it's possible. So don't count yourself out. There's always a way. Also, I have a free floor sitting 101 guide. If you're interested, it can show you how to safely get up and down off the floor. And then I'm planning to do something more in depth. I'm trying to put together another ebook which goes more in depth, no matter your stage. Like maybe you want to incorporate more floor sitting, maybe you're around my age or younger, and you just want to make sure that you are getting your floor sitting in all day. I have something for you. And then I'm going to also include in that something for people who may have lost their mobility and want to regain it. There are certain like basic exercises you could do every day to get that back. So yeah, if you're interested in that, let me know, but definitely check out the Floor Sitting 101. But yeah, if you think about it, the floor is like the most accessible piece of furniture that you own. And technically it's not free because it comes with your house, but it's like always there, right? It's like always there. You don't have to like move anything around. Maybe you just have to clear a little area so that you have more floor space. But all this to say is you might as well use it, right? It's kind of like you buy a house and you want to enjoy every part of it, right? Maybe you just go stand in the corner and you admire the ceiling up above you because you're like, wow, you know, this is like $150 per square foot. I gotta enjoy every part of my house, right? I'm just saying, include the floor in that, guys. And then the last thing that I'll say too is if you have trouble getting all the way to the floor, you can definitely get floor cushions. I think I have some in my ebook, and also like I can link some below, but you can pile them up just so that you don't have to make your hips if you need to still keep your hips above your knees, you can like sit on something like this, a cushion like this, just random things. So I just wanted to talk to you a little bit more about floor sitting and tell you that it's never too late. It's never too late. If you want to just incorporate an easy way to maintain your mobility or regain your mobility in your everyday life, for me, this is easy. I don't go to the gym as much, like I do a lot of stuff at home, but this really takes care of my squats. You know, like, you know, maybe I need to do some with more load, but I mean, my lower body's not looking bad. It looks better than it did when I was like 20, right? Like 20 years ago. Move it or lose it, guys. And stay tuned. There's gonna be more of this, but there's also gonna be, I'm gonna bring back some minimalism content because I got some stuff I gotta tell you. It's like a secret I've been hiding from you for a year, but I'll talk to you about it soon and come clean. And then we got a bunch of good stuff coming out for you guys. So And I'm working on a book, okay guys? I'm working on a book. So all of this, I love you, bye.